The worker world is full of rules. You must turn up at this time, you must do this, you must do this, you must have a break at this time. There's social rules, workplace rules, safety rules. There's just ad infinitum number of rules and regulations. It's also a place where you are encouraged to swap your time and your ability to labour for wages. It's also a world that's actually full of fear. If you don't do this, then there will be some form of sanction or some sort of consequence. So it's a world unto itself. And it doesn't matter what job you have, and it doesn't matter what level of job you have, and it doesn't matter whether you're in a business that you're still a worker within a business. So in other words, it's a job, you're just employing yourself. It doesn't matter, the same situation or the same environment maintains itself. So in order to move away, in order to transition from what I call the consumption code living, in order to transition to something that I refer to as enterprise living or enterprise code living, we start to enter a new world. Now, one of the secrets to understand is that it's just as easy to be successful in that world as it is to be unsuccessful in the other world. It's just as easy. It's no more harder work to be financially free than it is to be debt-ridden. There is no extra work required to experience everything that you ever possibly want to experience than there is to not experience. The only trick is transitioning from one to the other. That's where the actual hard work has to do, that's where the hard work has to be applied. And it has to be applied because you've got to change you. You've got to change you. So it's about leaving that worker world of rules and all of that and entering an enterprise world where profits are available, where it's much more an achievement-orientated paradigm, if you like, body of knowledge, worldview. It's a worldview that's really supported by agency, and it's really supported by freedom. And when you start to look up the meaning of agency, we understand it's something to do with an active operation or an active participation. And what I mean by that is that you've got to actively make the changes. They can't happen passively, or at least I don't know how they can happen passively. So you've got to actively participate in something that is effective in terms of exploring your potential, or more of your potentiality, the potentiality that most people are not able to tap into by themselves. Some people can because they're super ambitious. Other people need a little bit more support and encouragement and to be shown the way, so that it becomes a very, very powerful platform for you to now launch from, rather than a ceiling or a limit that you just keep hitting up against. The most effective way of developing lucrative income streams, in other words, income streams over and above what you're doing now, so that you can assign them to things that allow you to access more of the things that you're unable to access now. The fastest way to do it is to take what you already know. Now, I'm a great believer in it's not really necessary for you, whoever you are now, to then go off and learn a whole bunch of new skills that start from the day dot. Now, the reason why that rarely ever works is because if we read anything about skilling up, if we learn anything about let's say becoming an apprentice, it takes you 5 years. If you read Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 hours to become really skillful at something. And by all means, if you want to become really skilled, if you want to master a new skill, please think in terms of a number of years, because you're not going to do it in any shorter time. You can't become a world-class athlete in a short period of time. So that's a possibility to completely skill up, but it takes a lot of time. what I'm a great believer in is that you take your skills now, because you've already mastered up in whatever skills you have now. I mean, you've already done the 10,000 hours worth of work there. Okay, so take whatever it is that you already do, or that you're already good at, and just point it somewhere else, instead of pointing it into the world of employment. Now, those people that successfully take whatever they do and just learn to transition and point their talent and point their skill, or develop the talent that they've already got, develop the skill sets that they've already got, and point it into the world of free enterprise, they do extremely well. So you don't have to reinvent yourself. You just got to break free of a few ideas that hold you trapped within this paradigm, and start developing those same skills and those same talents, and then start to point them into the world of free enterprise. That's the way that most people succeed on a sustainable basis.